Your comfort zone is your coffin. You're dying. Not someday. Right now. Every second you spend in your comfort zone, a piece of your soul rots away. Every time you choose easy over necessary, safe over significant, you're digging your own grave with a silver spoon. Epictetus was a slave. A slave. Beaten, chained, owned by another human being. And he became one of history's most powerful minds. How? He wrote, "No one can hurt you without your permission." What's your excuse again? I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have connections. I don't have talent. Shut up. You have something more powerful than all of that combined. You have choice. But you've been choosing comfort over character, ease over excellence, security over significance. Your weak self has convinced you that struggle is punishment, that discomfort is dangerous, that pain means you're doing something wrong. But here's the brutal truth that will haunt you forever. Every single thing worth having in life lives on the other side of discomfort. Love requires the discomfort of vulnerability. Success demands the discomfort of discipline. Respect needs the discomfort of standing for something. Freedom costs the discomfort of responsibility. You know what's comfortable? Scrolling through your phone while your dreams collect dust. Complaining about your life while doing nothing to change it. Watching other people live the life you're too scared to build. You know what's uncomfortable? Getting up at 5 a.m. when your body screams for sleep. Having difficult conversations when your heart pounds with fear. Pushing through when every muscle, every thought, every instinct tells you to quit. But here's the secret the Stoics discovered 2,000 years ago. The discomfort of discipline weighs ounces. The discomfort of regret weighs tons. 20 years from now, you'll either thank yourself for the discomfort you chose today or you'll hate yourself for the comfort you chose instead. Which feeling can you live with? Drop this in the comments. I choose the pain of growth over the pain of staying the same. The war between your ears. There's a war happening inside your skull right now, and you're losing. Every day, every hour, every moment, two voices fight for control of your destiny. One voice whispers poison. You're not good enough. You'll never make it. Who do you think you are? The other voice roars truth. You're stronger than you know. You can learn anything. You were born for greatness. Guess which one you've been listening to? Marcus Aurelius, with the weight of an empire crushing down on him, wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself in your way of thinking." The most powerful man alive knew that the real battle isn't against external enemies. It's against the terrorist living between your ears. Your weak voice is a master manipulator. It doesn't just say you can't. It's smarter than that. It says be realistic. It says don't get your hopes up. It says remember what happened last time. It sounds like wisdom. But it's poison disguised as protection. That voice has been stealing your life one thought at a time. Every dream you didn't chase, every risk you didn't take, every chance you didn't grab, it all started with that voice convincing you to play it safe. But what if I told you that voice isn't even yours? It's the voice of every person who told you that you weren't special. Every teacher who said you wouldn't amount to much. Every friend who laughed at your dreams. Every family member who said, be practical. You've been carrying their limitations like they're your reality. Your strong voice, the one you've been ignoring, that's your authentic self speaking. That's your soul demanding more. That's your spirit refusing to settle. The Stoics called this prohairesis, paying attention to your attention, watching your thoughts like a hawk watches prey, catching the poison before it spreads. From this moment forward, you're going to become a bouncer in the nightclub of your mind. The weak voice tries to get in? Throw it out. Negative thoughts try to start trouble? Shut them down. Your mind is sacred territory. Start treating it that way. Your excuses are death certificates. Every excuse you make is a death certificate. You're literally documenting the death of your potential, your dreams, your future self. I don't have enough experience, death of opportunity. It's not the right time, death of the present moment. What if I fail, death of courage. I'm too old or too young, death of possibility. How many death certificates have you signed this week? Seneca lost everything. Multiple times. Exiled, betrayed, stripped of wealth and power. He wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." While you're making excuses, someone else is making history. While you're explaining why you can't, they're proving why they can. While you're waiting for perfect conditions, they're creating them. Your excuses aren't explanations. They're confessions that you'd rather have a perfect reason for failure than an imperfect attempt at success. But here's what really makes me furious. Your excuses aren't even original. They're recycled garbage that millions of other cowards have used to justify their surrender to mediocrity. I don't have connections, neither did Oprah. I don't have money, neither did Colonel Sanders. I'm too old to start. Grandma Moses didn't paint her first masterpiece until she was 78. Your hero, the person you admire most, they had the same excuses available to them that you have. The difference? They buried their excuses and birthed their possibilities. You want to know what's behind every excuse? Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of success. Fear of judgment. Fear of the unknown. Your excuses are just fear wearing a business suit, trying to sound professional. But the Stoics understood something that will change your life. Action cures fear. Not thinking about action, not planning action, not talking about action, taking action. Right now, write down your biggest excuse. The one you use most often. Now, burn it. Literally burn it, because from this moment forward, that excuse is dead to you. You are no longer the person who makes excuses. You are the person who makes things happen. Forge your soul in the fire. Pain is not your enemy. Difficulty is not your destroyer. Struggle is not your sentence. They are your salvation. Every comfortable person you know is weak. Every person who's never been tested is untested. Every individual who's never faced real adversity has never discovered what they're truly made of. You think you want an easy life. You don't. You want a strong life. And strength is only built under pressure. Marcus Aurelius watched his children die, his empire crumble, his body fail. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." While you're complaining about your problems, champions are using their problems as stepping stones to greatness. Your weak self sees every obstacle as evidence you should quit. Your strong self sees every obstacle as evidence you're on the right path. Because here's what nobody tells you. If it was easy, everyone would do it. If it didn't hurt, it wouldn't change you. If it didn't break you down, it couldn't build you up. The universe isn't punishing you with difficult circumstances. It's promoting you. It's saying, let's see what you're really made of. Let's see if you have what it takes to join the ranks of the extraordinary. Every rejection is redirecting you towards something better. Every failure is educating you for future success. Every setback is setting you up for a comeback that will shock everyone who counted you out. But here's the difference between you and everyone else who faces the same struggles. They break under pressure. You're about to break through. The Stoics didn't avoid suffering. They transformed it. They didn't run from difficulty. They ran toward it. They understood that diamonds are created under pressure, not in comfort. So bring on the challenges, welcome the difficulties, embrace the struggles, because every single one is just life asking you the same question: how badly do you want to become unstoppable? Your answer shouldn't be words. Your answer should be action. Relentless, unstoppable, legendary action. Own your life like your life depends on it. Everything in your life is your fault. Your success, you created it. Your failures, you allowed them. Your happiness, you chose it. Your misery, you manufactured it. I don't care about your childhood. I don't care about the economy. I don't care what they did to you, what they said about you, or what advantages you didn't have. None of that controls your future unless you give it permission. Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. A slave said that a man who owned nothing, controlled nothing, decided nothing about his external circumstances, yet he became free while his masters remained prisoners of their own weakness. Your victim story is keeping you victimized. Your blame game is keeping you powerless. Your excuses are keeping you exactly where you are. But ownership is your superpower. When you own your failures, you gain the power to fix them. When you own your circumstances, you gain the power to change them. When you own your life, you gain the power to redesign it. Your weak self loves playing victim because victims don't have to take action. Victims can stay comfortable pointing fingers instead of looking in mirrors. Victims can explain their failures instead of creating their success. But champions own everything. They own their mistakes, their victories, their circumstances, their responses. They don't waste a single second of energy on what they can't control because they're too busy dominating what they can right now. Think about the area of your life you're least proud of. Stop making it about what happened to you. Start making it about what you're going to do about it. You are not a passenger in your life. You are the driver, the navigator, and the destination. You choose the route. You control the speed. And you decide when to stop or when to keep going. The moment you truly own your life, all of it, the good and the ugly, that's the moment you become unstoppable. Live like death is watching. You're going to die. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 50 years, but you're going to die, and you don't know when. Your weak self tries to ignore this truth. Your strong self uses it as rocket fuel. Marcus Aurelius kept a skull on his desk, not because he was obsessed with death, but because remembering death made him alive. He wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." How insane is that? You're literally dying every second, and you're worried about what people think about your Instagram post. Every moment you waste worrying about judgment is a moment of life you'll never get back. Every second you spend playing it safe is a second stolen from your potential legacy. You think you have time. You don't. While you've been saying someday, someone else has been saying today. While you've been waiting for the perfect moment, others have been making moments perfect through action. That person you've been meaning to call, that dream you've been postponing, that fear you've been avoiding, that conversation you've been delaying, what if you never get another chance? The Stoics practiced memento mori, remember, you must die. Not to be morbid, but to be liberated. When you truly accept that your time is limited, everything becomes precious. Every sunrise, every opportunity, every moment to choose courage over comfort. Your mortality isn't your weakness. It's your strength. It's the ultimate deadline that makes every day urgent, every choice significant, every moment sacred. Stop living like you have forever. Stop acting like there's always tomorrow. Stop postponing the life you actually want to live. Death doesn't care about your excuses, your fears, your perfectionism, or your plans. Death only cares about one thing: are you living fully while you're alive? The clock is ticking. The sand is falling. And your strong self is screaming at you to wake up and start living like the miracle you are. Become unbreakable. You want to know what separates legends from losers? What divides champions from chumps? What distinguishes the extraordinary from the ordinary? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not connections. It's this: legends are unbreakable. They face the same storms you face, the same setbacks, the same pain, the same doubt, the same fear. But when life hits them with everything it's got, they don't break. They don't bend. They don't bow. They become harder, stronger, more determined than before. Marcus Aurelius wrote to be like the rocky headland on which the waves constantly break. It stands firm, and around it the seething waters are laid to rest. That's you now. That's who you've become through this journey. The waves of doubt, fear, excuses, and weakness that used to knock you down, they crash against you now and turn to mist. You are no longer the person who crumbles at the first sign of resistance. You are no longer the person who quits when things get difficult. You are no longer the person who makes excuses instead of making progress. You have killed that weak version of yourself. You have buried every excuse, destroyed every limitation, and shattered every ceiling that was holding you back. The person you were when this video started, they are gone, dead, extinct. In their place stands someone unrecognizable, someone unstoppable, someone unbreakable. You now have something that can never be taken from you, the knowledge that you can overcome anything, that you can survive anything, that you can transform anything. The world will try to break you again. Life will test you again. People will doubt you again. Let them. You are no longer breakable. You are no longer stoppable. You are no longer the same person who was afraid of their own potential. You are a force of nature. You are a weapon of mass construction. You are living proof that transformation is not just possible, it's inevitable for those brave enough to kill their weak selves and birth their strong selves. Music. It's done. The weak version of yourself that started watching this video, they didn't make it to the end. They died somewhere along the way, suffocated by truth, buried by reality, destroyed by the unstoppable force of who you really are. What stands in their place is something the world hasn't seen before. Something that can't be stopped, can't be broken, can't be defeated. You, the real you, the you that was always there, buried under years of excuses, fears, and lies. The you that refused to stay buried. Every morning, a lion wakes up knowing it must outrun the fastest gazelle or it will starve. Every morning, a gazelle wakes up knowing it must outrun the fastest lion or it will die. It doesn't matter if you're the lion or the gazelle. When the sun rises, you better be running. Your weak self thought survival was optional. Your strong self knows that every day is a choice between growth and death. There is no standing still. You're either getting stronger or you're getting weaker. Destroy that like button if this changed your life. Comment with your transformation story. Share this with someone who needs to kill their weak self. Subscribe because we're building an army of the unbreakable. Final battle cry. Drop this in the comments: the weak me is dead. The strong me is alive. Welcome to your new life, warrior.